Hi, my name is Shirley. Welcome to the Ste-Agathe Historical Society. Today we're here to make a soup. It's my great-grandmother's soup, and it's called the Soupe Poulette Grasse. And it comes from a weed that we usually get out of a garden that's got a very healthy soil. Puis ça a rien fait avec du poulet. Mais it's called Soupe Poulette Grasse. And this is the weed that we usually get from the garden. Puis you have to pick it up before it turns into seed on top. And let me show you how to get it ready. This is the plant that we pick out of the field, and it's called the Poulette Grasse. And if you notice, there's no seeds on top of it. When it comes to have seeds like this, it's not really edible because the stem is very woody, and it's very not good to chew. So we usually go and get the ones before it comes up to seed. Now once you've we try to pick it where we take all the dried leaves off if there's any, so that it's pretty clean when we go get ready to wash, get it cleaned with water. Now when we get it ready to clean, we just rinse this in water, and if you notice, this plant, this leaf will never get wet for some reason, but the water will have this silvery film in it that comes off the leaves. Then once it's been rinsed, we dry it up, and then we just take the stem and the leaves and we just chop it up. And we do this with all of it, with your leaves. And you cut it as small as you'd like, because this is what's going to be going into your soup. If you cut your leaf a little big, it's okay. It's your stem that you want to cut super small, because you don't want to be eating like a stick in your soup. And when you get into a big stick like this, I just throw that out and just keep the leaf part of it. Everything has been chopped up, and I've put my soda in the water, and all you do is you dump it into your water, and you just watch it change color. This would actually be good to eat right away. If you notice, it's turning into a dark green compared to what it was. And when it's ready, you just strain it, and this is what it looks like after it's been when the water's been removed and everything. But it just changed to this dark green, and that means it's ready to freeze, actually, or make your soup. The next step is, once it's been blanched, then you get your broth ready, and usually we use the chicken broth. If you don't have any homemade broth, we just buy it in a container, and you put this in your pot for your soup. And then you just bring it to a boil. And when we do our potatoes for our soup, we dice them very small, not big like in a chicken soup or chicken stew. And you dice them very small. And usually for this size pot, this is the bowl that I use, like my measuring cup, because it's perfect for the size soup that I'm making. I usually fill this up as much as you can. Now my broth is boiling, so now I'm gonna add my potatoes, my pot. And usually I let them boil on high for like maybe 5 minutes, because your potatoes are so small it won't take long for them to cook. And then we add our Poulette Grasse to it. And this is Poulette Grasse that has been frozen. You can freeze this and keep it and make soup all year long if you want. And then while the Poulette Grasse is thawing out, now you can get your flour ready to do your dumplings. We start with about a cup of flour, and then I add a little bit of salt, and I add a little bit of pepper to my flour. And then I mix it while it's dry, because it's much easier to mix it all together evenly. And then I will go add a little bit of water to it.
It's going to boil anyway.
Now I've added water to my dumplings. And you want it to be very not liquidy. So if you added too much water, you're going to add more flour. And depending how you want your dumplings, it's to each their own. But when we do our dumplings, this is pretty much, I'm pretty lucky there that I did it pretty perfect the way we usually do it. And then you just take your dumplings and you just drop little bits of dumplings at a time. It's a little too sticky there. Then you take some that has more flour in it, because you can always add flour to it. Okay, then you just take your flour with your dumplings, and I would do them just like this here. You make sure that there's a lot of flour, and this will automatically thicken your soup as it's cooking. And of course you put as much dumplings as you'd like. Some people like more, some people like less. It's whatever you like. And you never roll the dumplings for the soupe à poulet grasse. We usually just do it like this. And once you're done with your dumplings and your soup is boiling, what I usually do, because your dumplings are so small and your potatoes are almost cooked, I shut the take off the fire and just put the cover, and I'll let it in half an hour. Everything will be all done and ready to eat. Now this is our soup à poulet grasse. That was my Mémé Morin's soup that she made her mother, Mémé Côté. She would make her a soup every Sunday noon. And she had no driver's license, so Pépé Morin would give her a ride to town. Puis Mémé Morin emmenait sa petite boule de soupe à poulet grasse. And that was pretty much every Sunday that I can remember. So we just kept doing that recipe, and now it's pretty much a family recipe at our house. And when my mom or any of us do a soupe à poulet grasse, it's kind of like a big deal. We all love it. So anyway, enjoy, and I hope people enjoy this recipe.